What's up, y'all? It's Gohan Pro Life. So this is my first video in months. Yeah. Um, I want to try to get this to happen more, like once a week or once every other week at the worst. Um, we'll see what happens, but that is the goal. I used to listen to a podcast called the Fetal Position Podcast. It was a really good podcast by uh, some guy who was a new dad, and he just like slowly started having his podcast pushed back more and more. Um, it started off like maybe every week, and then it became every month, and then every other month, and now he hasn't had one since I think 2019. Um, I liked that a lot, but he said it was kind of because he became a new dad, and I hope that it doesn't happen to me. But in the end, I like to keep doing these. Even if nobody ever watches them, it's kind of good for me to help me form a good argument and understand not only my position but the opposing viewpoint. Um, Today is October 18th, 2021. We just had, by the way, I do live in Texas. Texas just had a pretty big we had the ruling a while ago. We passed a law a while ago to stop abortions after a heartbeat. Um, it got challenged in the court a couple of times, and recently went up to the Supreme Court, who said they're not going to rule on it. They're just going to let the lower court decide. And it happened that the lower court decided with the Texas law, so that the Texas law is, again, no abortions after a heartbeat. So that now became the law of the land in Texas. Um, that kind of set off a lot of anger in the pro choice movement, which is not something you always want. You don't want people to be angry, but it made the pro life people very happy. There are some pros and cons, though. I do like certain things about this law, and I also don't like certain things about this law. Um, Main thing I don't like is really um, the whole bounty system. It's a little scary. Um, it reminds me a little bit of like 1940s Germany or uh, 1930s Germany, or where people are spying on their um,